We are back at the Rottler F69. Myself, Jolie Woods, Lake Speed, a little Project Pontiac update. Jolie's going to give us a little insight into what went down so far, but we had plans on being on the honing machine at this point in the day.
We had, right, that's why we had the honing video queued up right before this about surface finish before and after, because we were going to lead into honing your block. But reality is we're missing something critically important to be able to do that job.
Well, exactly. You don't do nearly 100 episodes of the Hidden Horsepower podcast without knowing that you need a torque plate.
All right, honing 101.
Own a profilometer, hone with a torque plate. And the bore on this particular block was larger than any of the plates that we had nearby and available. Fortunately, David Butler is across town, Pontiac guru. He's sending one down along with a set of the studs that we're going to need for our Edelbrock cylinder heads. So that will get taken care of tomorrow, and we will still be on schedule. But we just missed the shot of the honing, which is a little bit of a bummer. But now Jolie is going to tell us, like, what was this experience like? What did you guys do? You working with Dave Bullock, who works at Wilkins Racing Engines, worked Roush Yates back in the day. It was great to watch you guys work together. We've been talking all weekend long about information exchange, how these guys want to transfer their knowledge to the next generation. You just experienced it, so why don't you tell us what happened?
Dave has been amazing. So personally, this is a brand new experience for me. I ran a honing machine last year at Engine Performance Expo 2023. It was wonderful. I loved it. I was invited back this year to work on what I thought was just a normal Pontiac block. Then I was told when I got here that this block has a lot of history behind it. So
considerable pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure on. This was not some ordinary engine for an ordinary person. Continue. I'm joking.
So I helped Dave do the lifter bores and the cam tunnel, and it was a very, very new experience for me. I came in completely blind to this, and I came out with a lot more knowledge, and I realized this is a lot funner than I thought it was going to be.
That's awesome. So everything, we see all the holes and everything looks like it's in the right place, but you used the F69 to find out that it was not, and you had to correct it.
Right. So one side of the cam tunnel was, if I remember correctly, 37 thousandths out of place.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So Dave and I, we came up with a couple things, and we used a vertical bore, and we pretty much evened it all out. Then we did a line boring to get the inside holes that the vertical bore can't get to.
That is amazing, and thank you.
Thank you.
Most importantly, thank you. And I was checking in the whole time. For the amount of time it's on the machine versus the amount of time spent making sure it's on the machine right.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
I was thinking, with the amazing Rottler machines, you can have a full conversation while the machine is running. I'm no stranger to that. Well, I didn't realize how much time and effort it took setting up the motor. It takes almost more time setting the motor up to be honed or bored or whatever than it does actually making the process of it. So it takes a lot of time and delicacy and patience that I didn't think it was going to require.
Interesting. Lake, how cool is this?
Well, it's amazing because it is so true that if you just throw it in there, it'll make a hole. It'll
but it
be
won't
round.
Be the right one.
It's straight, but it's going to be the wrong place, right?
Right.
And that's the
sure.
key thing. And so I think one, having somebody like Dave that's a master craftsman actually to be able to teach is pretty cool.
He is incredible.
And you got the double throwdown, right? So you got spoiled rotten here. You got the great teacher and the great equipment. You can never go back.
Exactly.
Right. Now you're roped into this, right? You've done this
100%.
twice now, so you're part of the crew now. This is neat because again we've been talking about that next generation and handing it down, and here you are doing this. That big iron's got nothing on her. She's crushing it. I see the chips everywhere. But you've done a good job with this. And I think it works out nice too because now that we've got everything correct, you can feel confident about putting it in the home tomorrow and getting the surface finish done and completing every step of the process, however long it takes. I know you had to go back and do a couple of passes on the lifter boards,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir. So it took goodness, it took a lot of passes to get it right where it needed to be, because when it comes to machining, as you know, you can't slack off. You can't leave just that bit of room because you don't have the time or you don't want to do it. It has to be right there, has to be that exact number, or else you're going to have a lot of problems.
Yep. Yeah, however long it takes is how long it takes to get it right. That's the whole thing. It's like, how long is this job going to be? Well, however long it takes to do it right is the answer. And the same thing, if we could have honed it today, because we had all the tools, we would have honed it today. But we didn't have all the tools, so guess what? We didn't hone it today. We didn't cut corners. One, we love you.
We're
but
not
two,
going to cut the corners.
We're just not going to do it right.
I'm against cutting the corners. I did talk to John Kazi, but it's like, I could have figured out a way. Thank you, John. But no, we're gonna continue away. I think it's great. I'm thrilled. I told everybody, like, I felt nervous. There was anxiety because this is mine. I know how much it means to me and how much help is going in. I think it's awesome that you are involved and you got to use this as a learning experience. But since we are engine, we're trying to bring in the next generation. Why do you like this, Jolie? Why is this where you want to be? And I'm looking around. I don't see too many other 16-year-olds. We don't need hundreds of them. We need a couple of them, though. Why is this fun? And I hope you're talking to the parents of other younger people who might encourage their children to do this because of what you're about to say. What do you think?
So, my dad grew up in a machine shop, and I've grown up around racing. I've been racing ever since before I could walk. And I've always been really interested in it, but I've been particularly interested as to why. Why does it go fast? Why is this motor better than another? And I was given the amazing opportunity by Straub and Rottler to come here to the Engine Performance Expo last year and actually see why and how, and get to ask the questions to the right people and get to learn why these motors do what they do and how. And I encourage everybody, my age, older, younger, whoever, that this is a crazy field that we need more people in. It really is.
That's exciting. It's exciting to hear you say
You
that.
asked the right question.
Yeah.
It's the why. Not the what.
It's the why.
And isn't understanding the why so much fun?
It is. It honestly is, because when you grow up in racing and you hear these terms, you eventually understand what they mean, but you don't understand how they become to be or how the process works. So this was an amazing opportunity to see just that.
Excellent stuff.
Pull it all together, right?
Pull it all together.
Well, speaking of pulling it all together, we're going to kind of pull it all together. We are in the last lap of the Engine Performance Expo, and we've got my dad in the race car getting ready to go back to the racetrack.
What a day, what a day, what a day. My brain is swollen. I've learned so much today. They told us, don't start cars. We are not going to listen.